I don't care what they done said to you. I don't care what the verdict is. I don't care what the haters. Prayer changed things. I'm talking to a girl that I grew up on a block, man, that it didn't breed success. A lot of people on our block ain't here no more, man. I grew up in a place, man, that was you had to be something else, you come up out of there. Prayer changes things.
It's possible you've got some talents, some ideas in you, your ability to do some stuff that you haven't even discovered yet. And I'm suggesting that it's necessary that you get outside of your comfort zone. It's necessary that you develop some new relationships where you can learn from people. It's necessary that you do reading, that you do research. It's necessary, if you're already involved in some business, that you don't be satisfied with where you are. If you want to make it today, it's necessary for you to constantly look at ways of getting better. Not only is it possible for you to have your dream, and it's necessary for you to challenge yourself to go after it and get better and leverage relationships that can help you get to where you want to go, but it's you. The major key to your reaching your dream, your living up to your greatness, your making your contribution is you. If the economy is good, fantastic. If the banks are loaning money, that's great. If people are positive, that's great. You don't have any opposition, that's great. But the major key to your making things happen in your life is you.
You have to take chances in life. If you don't take chances in life, you'll never have the life God has for you. Life is about risk. If you play it safe, you won't have much of a life. Life is risk. It takes courage to pursue your dream. I just did it. It cost me everything, but eventually, God is very good, man, when he sees you take a leap of faith. He supplies you everything you need. Now, it's going to cost you something. But most people are not willing to pay what it costs to go after your dream, because you're going to have to hurt a little bit. And most people don't like being uncomfortable. If you don't want to be uncomfortable, please do not pursue success, because success is a very uncomfortable feeling. And I just learned to be comfortable being uncomfortable. If you can get that in your head, this too shall pass. Every moment of everything you've ever gone through, God got you through it. You didn't even realize it. He just got you through it. You can't name one thing he didn't pull you through. Well, I lost my mother. I'm still grieving over that. I lost my mama 21 years ago. I still grieve over it, but I'm here. You know, I got through it. You're going to get through it. But you got to take chance in life, man. Can't play it safe, y'all. You got to jump. You got to go for it.
We're not trying to find happiness through the things that we can get, but we actually understand that true happiness is sharing what we have within ourselves.
I think what makes a great MC is the same thing that makes a great father, makes a great husband, makes a great politician, makes a great human being. And it is your commitment to your personal evolution, your personal growth for the purpose of assisting others.
And being still is where really great insights come from. And this is also where happiness comes from. You know, it's hard to be happy and appreciate and feel gratitude when you're just moving all the time.
Getting things is not going to make you happy. That's good news in a tough economy. It's a good reminder. You know, it doesn't matter what you get. Doesn't matter whether it be money or opportunity. All those things might excite you for the moment. You know, even a relationship, as magnificent it may be, might be exciting for a while. But if you don't keep growing, that relationship isn't going to stay exciting. So the secret to real happiness is progress. Progress equals happiness. And if we can make progress on a regular basis, we feel alive. And that's why at the beginning of the year, we get this thing like, okay, I can have this fresh start. I can really do what my soul desires. I can expand. I could grow. I could improve. I could change. Or maybe better than change, I could progress. See, think about that. Progress is an aliveness to it, doesn't it? You don't have to work at changing. People say all the time now, well, I'm working on changing. Don't worry about it. You don't have to work on changing. Change is automatic. Your body's going to change whether you want it or not as the years go by. And no matter how hard you work, there's going to be some changes going on there. The economy is going to change no matter what you want it to do. The weather is going to change. Relationships are going to change. Everything in life is always changing. We don't have to work on change. Change is automatic, but progress is not.
I think most people, your average person who doesn't work on themselves, who's not reading, who doesn't care about any of this, the time between stimulus and response is like nothing. I think it's about a sort of cultivating an awareness and a process of continual reflection on the data that your life is creating all the time. And the earlier you start working on it, the sooner you're going to start to see results, but the more those results are going to compound over time. Every time I've thought about it, every time I've studied it, every time I've tried to reflect on how, in retrospect, I could have done that better, I've accumulated slightly more knowledge, more appreciation, more sense of that, the truth of that, and I've gotten better and better at it. You're not trying to get to perfection right now. You're just trying to get a little bit better than you were yesterday or an hour ago.
A few years ago, I was with a friend. We visited Muir Woods in Northern California. And we go there every year together. And our purpose is to get away from kind of everyone and everything and just climb some mountains and be with the redwood trees and in quiet. So as we were walking through, there was a group of tourists. And we wanted to kind of walk by them as soon as possible. There was a forest ranger who was speaking to them. And as we were rushing by, the forest ranger said, "I want to tell you the underground secret of the redwood forest." And I was a teenager in the 1960s, so I have this inclination to underground secrets. So I told my friend, let's just wait and hear what he says. The forest ranger explained that in these forests are among the largest, tallest, and oldest trees on the planet. Some of these trees are 2,000 years old. They're growing on a hilly terrain. The soil is very loose. And over the centuries, there have been massive earthquakes, windstorms, snowstorms. How do these trees keep growing through all of the different challenges that have come? And then he was quiet, and everyone was thinking. He said, "Now I will tell you the underground secret. The roots of the trees under the ground reach out to connect with the roots of other trees. And as soon as two roots meet, they embrace one another. They wrap around each other. In this way," he said, "every tree in this entire forest is directly or indirectly connected and giving support to every other tree." The big, gigantic, ancient redwood trees are reaching out roots, and the little tiny redwood trees, they're just like threads, the roots. They wrap around the big ones, and they get all their support. Unity is strength. This is a lesson of nature for humanity, that in unity there is true strength. But we find if the branches wrap around each other, they're not going to have the same effect. It's the roots support. And similarly, the root of our consciousness really is our hearts. That's where all the blood is pumping from. And the heart is the sitting place of love. When we connect to that love within our hearts, then it expresses as compassion. And this is the greatest need in the world, to understand how we are all interdependent with each other, what we have in common with each other. From a spiritual perspective, life is sacred, and when we recognize that in ourselves, we recognize that sacred potential in others. And then we live, whatever we may do, whether we're swamis, or doctors or lawyers, or accountants, or farmers, or politicians. Whatever our role may be in society, we're not trying to find happiness through the things that we can get, but we actually understand that true happiness is sharing what we have within ourselves, that journey within. Things can give some amount of satisfaction to the physical senses and to the mind, but things can never give fulfillment to the heart.
Ultimate source of happy life is our inner value. So therefore, irrespective of whether believer or non-believer, whether believe in religion or not, we should pay more attention about our inner value. Now scientists, according to latest scientific findings, it now sort of clear that even good health or healthy body, the healthy mind is very essential. More peaceful mind brings healthy body, because mind calm, peaceful, then our healthy, our body sort of element also, you see, then remain more balanced. So that brings healthy body. And too much stress, too much worry, disturb our body element. That creates certain sort of problems about this body. So therefore, calm mind is very essential.
I don't care how dark it look for you. I don't care what they done said to you. I don't care what the verdict is. I don't care what the haters say. Prayer changed things. I'm talking to a girl that I grew up on a block, man, that it didn't breed success. A lot of people on our block ain't here no more, man. I grew up in a place, man, that was you had to be something else, you come up out of there. Prayer changes things.
It's possible you've got some talents, some ideas in you, your ability to do some stuff that you haven't even discovered yet. And I'm suggesting that it's necessary that you get outside of your comfort zone. It's necessary that you develop some new relationships where you can learn from people. It's necessary that you do reading, that you do research. It's necessary, if you're already involved in some business, that you don't be satisfied with where you are. If you want to make it today, it's necessary for you to constantly look at ways of getting better. Not only is it possible for